Alrighty, what's happening people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Corporate Steve and I'm a corporate professional working in the financial services industry, and I'm back with another banger. As you can see from the title of the video, I'll be taking you guys through my corporate desk setup for 2021 because I don't really think it looks too shabby and everyone else on YouTube seems to be doing these kind of videos, so you know, why not? So I have to admit, pre-lockdown, I actually didn't have a working desk. In fact, when I think about it, I really underestimate how much of our time is spent outdoors. Like, I literally only spend my nights in this house, you know, because back then the routine was simply sleep, wake up, work for the man for 8 to 10 hours, go to the gym if I can be bothered, and then, you know, come back home, eat, sleep and repeat. It's mad. We spend like 80% of our lives outdoors until, you know, COVID hits and you're confined to your bedroom walls 24/7 with only one walk/exercise a day in the yard, or, you know, I mean, outdoors. All jokes aside, when lockdown started, we made the shift to working from home, and for the most part I would work on my bed, and I really didn't feel the need to invest in a fancy desk setup or workspace because, number one, I'm broke. The migration to work from home was supposed to be on a short-term basis. Way back in March, it was actually anticipated that we would be working from home for 1 week, a maximum 2 weeks, and you know, 11 months later, like, boy, they were wrong. With that being said, I thought I'd upgrade my room, seeing as I was going to be spending most of my life sentence in it, and most importantly, upgrade my desk setup so I can get paid to, you know, respond to emails and stare at spreadsheets like more effectively and productively. So without further ado, here is my corporate desk setup for 2021, which I've actually had from 2020, but you get the gist. Also, just a quick disclaimer, most of these products are from Amazon with a few exceptions here and there, so if you're purchasing any of these items, please be sure to support your boy with the links in the description below so I can make enough money to quit my corporate job and drop these bangers full time. Alrighty, what's happening people? Voiceover Steven in effect. First off, we have the one and only work from home desk, which is kind of like a dressing table / storage hybrid. I've had this desk since way back when, and it wasn't actually purchased for work from home purposes. It was simply a dressing table / storage unit for my room. The cool thing I like about this is that it goes beyond the desk. The key features include a nice little storage cupboard on the left, which I converted into a food cupboard because when you're living in a household of savages, you really have to get your own food storage cupboard. Then you have the various drawers, which I use for a whole suite of things like clothing, toiletries, gadgets, and this giant file, which is essentially my whole existence in paper. I actually purchased this table from my mum's catalogue at the time, and I believe it was around £200 to £300. I found a similar one on Amazon, which will be linked below, and just a heads up, you do have to assemble this yourself. Of course, I didn't do that, I just paid a handyman. So first thing on top of the desk is this slick leather desk mat, which I think really upgraded this from a dressing table to an actual working space. I love the way it looks and feels, and as we continue to build out the desk, you'll see how the mat complements everything else. The one I have does not seem to be available on Amazon, and merchants are really trying to sell it for an extortionate price, so I've linked a reasonable price one below. Next up, we have this mesh filing cabinet, which I use to store a range of notebooks and papers that I barely write on, as my goal for 2021 is to use less paper and become more digital, you know, saving the planet and all. But I really like this because it adds a nice little office vibe to the desk. Moving on to the big stuff, no pun intended, we have these twin Aoc monitors, which was given to me by work, but obviously your boy managed to find it on Amazon and linked it below. I initially had one monitor which I purchased myself, but then when work mentioned that they were going to be providing us with work from home gear, I figured why not get this twin setup, because what's more productive than staring at spreadsheets on 2 sets of screens. You can adjust the monitors to the right height or angle you want. I usually leave mine at a fixed angle, which is just eye level, and it seems to work for me. Obviously, you don't need to get 2 monitors. However, I've linked the monitor mount for anyone who is interested. To power up these bad boys, I usually connect the monitors to my laptop, which I place in the middle of the desk to have a third screen for my emails and chats. Placing the laptop in the middle of the desk also hides this space-taking stand for the monitors, which I think is just a testament to how ancient the designs of the monitors are. But they're still relatively cheap, so please just purchase with the link in the description and support your boy. I usually switch between my MacBook and the brick laptop that work gave me. The monitors are actually powered through this QGEM docking station, which is compatible with a Mac and Windows interface. Be sure to install the relevant drivers from displaylink.com for the interface to power on. Docking station is fairly pricey, but I think it beats having to connect various different cheap wires and adapters to your laptop. Plus, you have the added benefit of various USB slots to connect other things like this Logitech keyboard. Again, this was another handy gadget I managed to finesse from work. Initially, I was using a very brick-like boxy Logitech keyboard, but when work said we could come in to take some equipment, I managed to bag this portable sized wireless desk Logitech Keyboard, which works via USB connector plugged into the docking station. I just love how miniature the design is, and it fits perfectly on the desk without taking up too much real estate. To accompany the Logitech Keyboard, we have the Kingstop Ergonomic Mouse, or as I like to call it, the fancy looking mouse. I never really understood the hype of an ergonomic mouse. I just always thought it looked weird, but having one, I genuinely don't think I'll ever make the switch back to a standard mouse. It has all these random buttons which I never really use, but I love the way it fits on the hand, and it's just easy to sort of like glide. It also feels like I'm controlling the gear stick to some kind of spaceship and I just love that feeling. Anyways, there's no mouse pad needed for this as it glides smoothly on the leather desk mat, so it just works hand in hand. To accompany the use of the mouse, I got this mouse cushion because I found my wrist constantly scarred from the edge of the desk, so this really comes in clutch when you're, you know, putting in hours for the man. Moving on to some desk accessories, we have this clean white lamp from IKEA. I actually don't really use that much if I'm honest, but I just like how it looks on my desk. The whole idea behind it is to switch off my main light and turn it on an hour before I go to bed to sort of get into like a sleep mode. That never really works, but you know, it's a great piece of decor for a fair price. Complementing the mesh filing trays, we have the mini mesh desk storage where I have all these random bits and bobs for decoration with the exception of the post-it notes because I'm really a post-it note warrior, guys. We also have this desk clock which I barely look at for the time, but I think it's super cool because when you click your fingers it turns on, and I just think that's really sick. I also set a series of permanent alarms in the morning to make sure I get my ass up and put some time in for the man. We have this phone stand which I just got as an add-on to make my desk setup remotely exciting in case I didn't have much going for me, but I like it because I have various news apps on my phone and it's useful to glance for updates or ignore people's calls rather than the added effort of having to pick up my phone from the desk. I can't believe I almost forgot about the Nest Mini, which is somewhat useful from time to time for reminders. Set a reminder to wake me up in 15 minutes. 5-minute news breakdowns.
Headlines from BBC News at 8:14 p.m. today.
It's kind of like a Siri that you can shout at and it just listens. I was lucky enough to get it in the Black Friday sales last year for £20, but the normal price is fairly cheap and worth it for the functionality. Trust me to mention the dying plant in the corner of my desk last, but no, all jokes aside, it's a fake plant and I'm way too irresponsible to have a real plant evidently, but I just like this on the desk because it makes me feel like I'm playing my part towards a greener planet and complements the overall aesthetic of the desk. Quick honorable mentions for the desk setup is my fancy leather chair which I finessed from work, and this comfy cushion I purchased from Amazon for some lumbar support. It has all the regular features of an office chair, you know, wheels up or down, decline, spin, all of that good stuff. And last but not least, we have my fridge which I feel is an extension of my desk given how close it is and how often I am in it. Again, I live in an African household with my siblings, therefore food does not last much in the main fridge, hence why I got my separate fridge for my room. But there you have it, people. That is my corporate desk setup. I know it's not as good as the baller productivity YouTubers out there, but you know, I don't think it's that shabby for your friendly neighborhood corporate professional like Corporate Steve. It's kind of annoying because I could have finessed pretty much everything on this desk from work, but I was really impatient when lockdown started and I really wanted to upgrade my room, so I went to go purchase some of this stuff myself, and that is why I've linked every item in the description below so I can earn some of that change back. So if you're going to purchase any of these items, please just, you know, support your boy by clicking the links in the description to purchase them so I can get a little bit of commission in my pocket. I am contemplating a desk upgrade when I start making some coins from YouTube, so in order to make that happen real soon, please just smash the like button so we can spread this content out there to a wider audience, and you know, just look out for a video in the near future. As always, if you like this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss a thing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.